Hi, leaders. My name is Andrew Burkham, and it is my job to help leaders get better at everything we do so that we can give more to the people we serve. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about something that, if you're anything like me, you hate. In fact, I think universally we kind of hate this. At least I hope we do. That's difficult conversations. You know what I'm talking about? It might be a performance issue, it might be some kind of employee conflict or just a bad attitude, something that we have to deal with that we know is going to create tension. This is one of the things that in fact can cause the most anxiety, I think, in us as leaders, especially for younger leaders who haven't had as much opportunity to deal with it. Even 25 years into my own leadership practice, it still causes me some anxiety when I have to prepare for these things. So today, what I want to do is I want to challenge us as leaders to flip the script on this a little bit and to really imagine what would happen if we could take a difficult conversation and turn it into a good experience. And not just that, but a growth opportunity for the person on the other end of that conversation. So to that point, I'm going to give you 3 tips today to take a difficult conversation and turn it into a great experience. The first one is you've got to approach the situation with empathy. Now, we should always be approaching our employees with empathy. We should always be trying to get ourselves into that other person's shoes. But it's never more important than when you're going to have a conversation that could create tension in the relationship. At this point, it's really important that you look past the surface area. Look for the root cause. What caused that conflict? What caused that performance issue? What might be going on in that person's life? I can't tell you the number of times I've gone into a difficult conversation and come out of it with a completely different perspective on why that person did what they did or why they chose to do what they chose to do. So going in, check your facts as much as you can, but above all else, really be thinking about how that other person feels. And then when they come in, make sure that you're acknowledging those feelings as well, in so much as you can. Let them know, hey, listen, nobody likes to have a hard conversation. I know that this is difficult for you right now. I've been where you've been, and you have, right? You've been where they are. You've had people have these same conversations with you. Put yourself back in that place. Use that moment to get compassion for that person. Don't treat it like a transaction. Remember, the goal of difficult conversations is to build trust and to build better outcomes through better engagement and to offer your employee an honest opportunity to grow. So, tip number 1, approach the situation with empathy. Tip number 2, keep the focus on solutions. One of the things that we do a lot when we run into these difficult conversations is we talk about the problems. I want to talk to you about what happened. Here's what you did. And here's the result of what you did. And so often, here's the mess that I'm going to have to clean up because of what you did. We're all thinking it inside. Of course, you're thinking that. The way that the situation affects you is going to play into your thoughts. But you've got to hold back on expressing that to your employee. Instead, what you have to say is, I've looked at the situation. I want to hear what you have to say about it. I'd like to know 2 things. Why you think this happened, number 1, and number 2, how you think we can avoid it happening again in the future. And then you need to reaffirm to that employee that you're there with them, not just to get them in trouble. You're not there to just write them up or to document this performance, but you're there to commit to helping them find a solution. You should never have a difficult conversation and walk out of it without a goal that you and the other person in that meeting have both committed to. So number 1, approach with empathy. Number 2, focus on solutions, not on problems. This is a great thing for your work culture anyway. You want to keep things positive. You want to keep optimism as a part of your culture. You want to build resiliency. You don't want people to get dragged down into the fear of doing things wrong over and over and over again. Now, my third tip is follow up with support. Don't let the end of the difficult conversation be the end of the conversation altogether. Make sure that you're ending that meeting with that person knowing that you're going to do whatever you can to help them succeed. And then make sure you follow up on that help. The next day, touch base with that person. Make sure you're maintaining the relationship. Don't withdraw from people because there might be some tension or difficulty. You're a leader. It's your responsibility to maintain these relationships. Take your role, do your best, and really, really commit to supporting your employees when they've got a problem. Listen, that's my 3 tips for having a difficult conversation and for taking it from an awkward experience to a great experience for your employee and for one that gives them the opportunity to grow. And I'll tell you from my experience, I've had this happen. I've sat people down and said, listen, I don't know what's wrong here, but I need you to help me figure it out. And those people, when they really stuck to it, and when I was really able to support them, they became some of the most dedicated, some of the most trusting, some of the most vulnerable and productive people I have ever worked with in my life. So take these 3 tips to heart, and I hope you go out there and lead with empathy, lead with support, lead with solutions, and lead well. Now go be great. Hey guys, it's me again, Andrew. I wanted to thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I do this for you because people helped me when I started out as a leader, and I want to help other people do the same. If you got any value out of this, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel, and thank you in advance for sharing it with the other leaders in your life who you know will get value out of it as well. Thank you again so much. I appreciate you all. I love you. Get out there and be great leaders, and I'll see you on the next one.